And happy Sunday, everyone. Hey, I think I made a nice smooth transition that time. Oh, no, of course. Now the music's starting on its own again. And so I set it for 1. There we go. Get that started. Almost had the perfect transition, guys, and missed it. Anyway, man, do we have a live stream today. We got a lot going on. People in chat, make sure you give me a good 5x5. Let me know that you're hearing me. Looks like everything's fine. I think we're in good shape here, but we have a lot to do. I did change up the mic today. By the way, I'm using this. I usually have a mic up here, but now I can move around and you can hear me. So that's good. I'm going to get rid of these too, because we're not going to need those for a while. We got a lot to do beforehand. Before we get started though, let's go ahead and see who we have in chat. We got a good group in chat, and I also need to do a shout out. I can't really show it on screen, unfortunately, but on Truckit to 6166. Is that you, Chris? I can't remember. Again, we were talking about all the handles being changed back to usernames, but has joined as a member. We're going to talk about how you can become a member, and was doing that during chat. So thank you to our newest retroCombian member, and I believe that is Chris. We'll find out a little bit later, but I'm pretty sure that's who that is. But good to have you on board, and I know some people have been transitioning from my Buy Me a Coffee to the YouTube memberships down below. You can go take a look at those, but not now. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Let's see who we have online. It goes way back to the beginning. Evil J gets the star for today for the very first chat. So put that on your fridge for today, Evil J. Good for you. Taro is here. He came in next. Good to have you here, Taro. Looks like Mr. Landfill, and I have to thank Mr. Landfill. He sent me a text message last night. Yes, he actually has my phone number. It's not as creepy as it sounds, though, right, Phil? Because Phil and I have actually met in person at Midwest Computer Festival several years, and have known each other for a while now in this kind of environment. But he let me know yesterday. He said, "Hey, retroCombs, did you know your live stream is scheduled to go at 2 a.m.?" And as I thought to myself, I thought, yes, that makes a lot of sense, because I set it for 2 and I forget that I needed to use European or military time and set that to 14. So I did go back and change it, and I was worried that it was just going to bork, not Bjork, by the way, Evil J, not Bjork, bork the whole thing, but it worked, and we were able just to get right in. So I was really excited that that worked. So thank you, Phil, for giving me the heads up on that. Really appreciate it. Hey, Neil's here. Good to have you here, Neil, as well. Let's see, anybody else new? And I saw somebody else in here. Yeah, there he is. Retro Media Weekly is here. Hey, Retro Media Weekly. I believe this is your second live stream, maybe 3. Let me know in chat. Would love to know where that is, which one you are on. But good to have you back regardless. I always love it when people come back. That means maybe you found something interesting the last time. So very cool of you to be back here for another one. Let's see, Taro, Xander's here. Hey, Xander, good to have. Oh, Xander, I need to scroll down. Xander just dropped in a really nice super chat. Thank you, Xander, for the super chat. Really appreciate you. By the way, if you want to leave super chats, you can do that down below as well. Again, we'll talk about that about midway through. Who did I miss? Yes, this is Chris. Thank you. That's what I thought. I thought I recognized the picture. Good to see you again, Chris. Thanks for being here, and thanks for being a new member to the channel. Technically on this side. I know you were before, but it's good to have you here. And by the way, and we'll talk about it more, don't forget you get those fun little emojis next to your names when you do that, that I have set up for you all. I believe, oh, there's Tani. Okay, Tani, almost missed you, sorry. Tani's here, Tani DeYoung. If I can get your, oh, there it is. There we go. I got it. Super. Got that there. So that is working well. And I think we've got about 13 folks watching. So there's a few lurkers in there if you want to drop into chat and let us know you're here. But Wonder Dog just did that, as a matter of fact, and said, "Oh, hey, good to have you here, Wonder Dog. Thanks for joining us. Always good to have you here as well." And I think if I have missed you, apologies. I think I have everybody, but if I did miss you in chat, just go ahead and put something else down below. Yeah, do like Neil did. Just give a thumbs up and let me know that you are in there. And yes, just like Metro Media Weekly, actually, just like Retro Media Weekly, make sure you hit that smash or smash. What do the kids do? Do they hit it? Do they smash it? Just do that like thing down below so people know that we are online. So yeah, I like the look of the Pac-Man joysticks. Keen to hear how they work on others' devices. I love the CX40 Plus. I'm going to get a start there. So we're actually mixing things up a little bit. I usually do an unboxing, and we're still going to do that, but I want to kind of set things up. So this is what we're looking at today. No, this is not the one we're looking at. Oh, by the way, oh, check that out. Here, let's get the, I got the proper cup holder for today too. This is the original Atari. It's not the original Atari 2600. This is the first Atari 2600 Plus. So this is the recreation. And this is, well, you wouldn't get this joystick. I needed this joystick, but you would get that. And you also got this cartridge here with 10 games, and you flip these little dip switches, and then you get to, so this is what we had before. So I just want to remind everybody what we're looking at. So this is the original Pac-Man cartridge. Do you guys remember how bad this was? Now, I remember buying this and being disappointed, but I got to tell you, I was disappointed. And tell me if this was your experience too. I was disappointed, but I have to tell you, I spent a lot of time playing this stupid game. And as bad as it was, it still caught my attention and killed many hours, many brain cells playing this thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just remind you all what this thing sounds like. So get ready to watch somebody die quickly, because I have not played it. Well, actually, I played it for a few minutes before the live stream. How about that sound, man? But you remember how horrible we thought this was, because the ghosts weren't different colors, they were flashy, and oh my goodness, I didn't even get any of those. And the controls were just horrible, right? So we'll play a little bit more here so you can see. Let me see if I can kill at least one ghost. Oh no. And this is, it's just horrible. Horrible controls. Anybody remember this horrible experience? Anybody remember being really disappointed? Wow, that is horrible. All right. So I'm going to stop there. We're going to turn this one off for now, so it's not playing in the background. But that's the original Pac-Man on the original 2600 back in the day. And of course, the thing that we love about the Atari 2600 Plus is you can use the real cartridges from back in the day. So I actually have two Pac-Man cartridges. One was working and one wasn't on this device. I'm sure it's just that whole thing. I need to get in there and clean it. So I did have one that's working. So what they have done is Atari has come out with a really cool new Pac-Man Edition. Now, here's the thing. I did not need another one. I really did not need another one. So, but this thing showed up on my door, and I'm super happy about it. So, oh, it looks like Jaime's Hackshack just showed up. Good to have you here, Jaime. Thanks for popping in today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, while I'm checking out chat, I'm going to move this old Atari 2600 Plus out of the way. And by the way, got a game for you. Something has changed in the background behind me. And I know you all think this is crazy, I'm sure, but first one in chat, let's see who can pick out what's new in the background behind me, okay? So let me go ahead and put this back here. And again, I really love the lapel mic because I can move around, and I'm gonna get rid of these because they're a pain in the neck on my ears. And let's just check really quick here. Yeah, the 2600 version of Pac-Man was pretty horrendous. I agree, Wonder Dog. There have been some really impressive modern homebrew versions though. Yeah, and part of what Atari tried to do was include a better version. We're going to talk about how there's a little bit of a cheat there, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. Is the mic just a smidge hot? It could be a bit hot. Let me check. I could be yelling too. Let me go ahead and pull back. I'm not showing a hot mic. It's not even hitting the yellow. Are you hearing some crackle? What are we hearing? Are you hearing a lot of stuff? I do have an opportunity here. Let me check. I do have noise reduction on, so let me know, Jaime, if maybe I'm just talking too loud at some points. Maybe if I just use a more calm voice and not be as excited, maybe that'll work. So I have to confess, never owned or played an old Atari. Well, that's kind of interesting. I had boxes of repair parts for an old Atari system and joysticks. Wish I had kept them, yeah. Don't we all wish we had kept a ton of stuff? I have an old Atari 2600 with Uno cartridge so I can play all the games and ROMs. Interesting, Xander, I was looking that device up while I was driving the other day. I wasn't looking while I was driving. I was using Grok in the Tesla, and it was asking about it, and it said, it was talking about the Uno cartridge. So Jaime says, sounds a little like it's clipping distortion higher levels. What I could try, let me see. Let's see. How's that sound? Is that a little bit better? Because I'm not showing it at all peaking out. I'm at about less than 10 at this point. So see if that's any better. And I don't know if I hear it in my, let me see if I hear it in my head too. Hold on, I'll have to turn it on. Let me see what we have here, because we don't want you to hear nasty clicking. I'm not hearing it. I've got a delay, so this is really annoying as I'm trying to talk through it. But I'm not, well, No, I'm not hearing it on my end, but okay. Not sure. Wonder Dog says, all sounds fine to me. We're going to move on. If it gets bad, you guys, well, I know you will. You guys will let me know. You're good at that. Helping me have the best quality podcast I can, for sure. All right, let's see. Dan, hey, Dan, yes, I missed you, Dan, earlier in the introductions. Thank you for being here today. Neo Atari is crushing it with retro design, creative and appealing looks, and well considered. I agree. I haven't bought a console yet just because I don't have the space, but they are smaller. So there you go, Dan. They are smaller. So there's that. But yes, they are. I think they're doing a great job, kind of reviving the brand and holding on to retro. That modern thing they tried to create, what was that? And I have one and I don't even remember it because I never fire that thing up. I will fire these up more than I do those. And I think that's what everybody else wants to do. So I'm going, wow, we got a lot of good chats in here. So keep those chats coming. I did buy 2 controllers to see how well they worked with Commodores. They do work. They work well. Work well with the Mega 65. I use the wireless with the Mega 65 all the time, Dan. I'm not hearing clicking, but top end sounds are distorted. Sounds like you have a cold. I don't have a cold. So I'll try, and I think some of it could be it could be a different mic. I am using a different mic. Maybe this mic isn't. This is a Hollyland, so could be that. We'll move on. If it gets really annoying, let me know. I've got more nostalgia for the Atari 800 XL. Yes, and I have an Atari 800. No, 600. What do I have? I have one of those. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. Okay, let's go ahead and our unboxing for today. By the way, first of all, I need to open up our original. We're doing original L8 today, so, and I already can tell that I need a sip. So, by the way, I think I mentioned this, next year is their 100th anniversary, so there you go. And they are not a sponsor. I wish I could get them to be a sponsor. It'd be awesome. I'd love to have L8 as a sponsor, but none of you could get it because it's only available in about a 200 radius geographic area. All right, so what I have is this huge box right here. So I'm going to pull out what we have. Here we go. We got this one here, and I'll come back and show you. We got this right here. We got this right here. We got this right here. There we go. And then we've got the big one on the inside. Oh my goodness gracious. Ugh. Here we go. Ugh. All right, let's get rid of the box. Ooh, sweet. So yeah, we're going to do the unboxing of this. That'll be our unboxing section. By the way, I have a graphic for that. Hold on, I almost forgot my graphic. Here we go. We have now entered the realm of, I think I call this gear. Yeah, there we go. We're looking at the gear that we're going to be talking about today. So have that. Let me see if I can get this plastic bag open here. I probably need that to stay on a little bit longer, don't I? All right, let's go ahead and get rid of this. And folks, here we go. Look at this bad boy. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll go to our top-down view and we'll see everything we have here. And it is a little tight today, but we'll go ahead and move this into place right here. And what we have over here is, inside here is our original, or not the original, but is the Pac-Man color joystick. But we also have, this is Clyde. So we have Clyde. In case you didn't know, the ghosts all have names. So this is Clyde. This one is Pinky, right here. This one is Blinky. And this last one is, because I don't know the names, this one is Inky. All right, so there we go. There are your joysticks. And why do I have every one of them? Well, because you have to complete the set. You can't just get one. You got to complete the set. You may be playing with your friends and family and they say, I want to play with the Pinky version, or I want to play with the Inky version, or I want to play with, is this Clyde? Did I say? Yeah, the Clyde version, or I want to play with the Blinky version. So, or you could say, I want the original Pac-Man version. So we're going to look at each of these, and what I'm going to want you to do is, we're looking at these, is let me know which ones, or which color is your favorite as we look at it. All right, so let's go ahead and do the whole unit first. Take that, so let's see what we get inside here. So let's go ahead and take a look around the box. It was love at first bite. Hey, how about that? That's pretty cool. I like that. What do we have over here on the side? We got the Atari. Oh, man, that just takes up the whole view, doesn't it? There. Oh, here we go. We've got Pac-Man attacking the ghosts. That's very nice right there. I like that. Compatible with 2600 and 7800 games. I think that's important to kind of know that right there. And then let's see, did I get them all? Yes. Let's go on the back here. And let's see what we have. It's a eat world. They are. The other thing I am enjoying, they're having some fun with the brand too. Experience the original video game romance that began in 1982. How old were you in 82? Hey, that rhymed. How old were you in 82? In the chat down below, I want to know how old were you in 1982? And if there's somebody out there who wasn't here yet, you're definitely on the wrong channel, but we love having you here, so thanks for being here. When Atari bought the Pac-Man to home consoles for the first time, and it was a disaster, as we've said. So what they've done is they've tried to fix that, right? So here's the original. It is going to come with the original, and then it's going to come with another version, but you can see here they cheated a little bit, and we'll talk about that as we go. This includes the Atari 2600 Plus, the CX40 Plus, Pac-Man Legacy game cartridge, and then some other things down here that we've already seen. So play new and original 2600 and 7800 games. So let's go ahead and strike the little tab here. All right, it's mine. Let's go ahead and put this back up so I can find it later. And let's go ahead and turn her over and open her up. Let's see how old folks were real quick before I do that. Oh my goodness, some of you are some youngins. So 12, Xander was 10, Neil was 8, Chris was 7, in 82, yes. Yeah, I know you're not 82. Mr. Landfill was 14, Tara was 8, hey Rialto, good to have you here, was 15 in 82. And then was in 82, was 4 months old in 82. Oh my goodness, you are the youngin'. You are the youngin'. Good to have you here. Really appreciate you being here and joining us today. And then Jamie says he's young too. He's 6 in December. So Tony says he was 19 years old in 82, the year I got my first computer. Never had an Atari 2600, but I played Pac-Man. Who didn't play Pac-Man in the arcade, huh? Mr. Landfill says he turned 15 in December of 82. So I am a 1965 baby. You do the math. All right. So, hey, thanks for that. I appreciate that. Oh, Wonder Dog. I was born in March 82. So there you go. So we got, it looks like I'm the old man here. So thanks for coming along with the old man for the live stream. Good to have you all here. That was fun. I appreciate that. Thank you. Kind of gives me some of the demographics of the retrocombians out there. I'm skewing older, but skewed a little young there on one too, which I'm digging. All right, let's go ahead and open this up right here. We'll go in here and pull. Oh my gosh! You know, I'm just going to say this. I do have a thing for yellow. And I knew probably the only reason, yes, young at heart for sure, Mr. Landfill, probably the only reason I really dug this is yellow. I love a good yellow. Okay, so here you go. You'll know why. This is fabulous. Look at this, folks. That is yellow, yellow, yellow. I like that. Let's go in the small box first. Let's go ahead and pull this out. Set that aside. Actually, let's go ahead and dig in here. Let's get this big box out. Oh, wow. Look at this. This is nice. We get some stuff in here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get the box out of the way because I think it's going to be more interesting if we do that. So let me go ahead and close that. What do you think about the yellow so far? Let me know. I know it's the gimmick. You don't have to tell me it's a gimmick. I know it's a gimmick because functionally there is nothing different from this than this. They're both the same size. Everything's basically the same. You can see that here. But again, they got me at yellow. I'm sorry, they just did. Although I do like the classic with the wood grain. I'm not gonna lie, this still looks nice, but wow, check that out. So we'll come back and check out the entire unit here in just a minute. So let's set that aside. Before we hook it up, we'll kind of go around. Whoa, let's see what else we get. We do get a manual. We get the 7800 Pac-Man Double Features manual. So this will work in the Atari 7800 Plus. You can buy this cartridge separately if you're interested. So here are the two versions. You get some background. Oh, this is nice. It's background. This is, I think, Dan, this is kind of what you were talking about. They're doing a great job kind of hitting that nostalgia. This is a book that does more than just tell you how to play the game. It gives you a little history, gives you some strategies. I like this. This is a nice manual. This is not one of those manuals you want to accidentally throw away. This is actually very attractive. I like it. We're going to set that up here. Very cool. What do we have here? We have a quick start guide. So we've got our quick start for hookup. Here's our contents, our CX40 plus wireless. These work really well. I found these sync up really quickly. You've got difficulty switches, nothing on the back there. We'll put that right here. Let's go here first. This is nice packaging too. I love the dots and the maze on the box. Very, very cool. Oh, I like that. Look at that. So just for that experience, you open it up and right there is your cartridge. And this is the Atari 7800 Double Feature. Reminding you, this is the cartridge that came with the original right here. Now this was 10 games in one. This is only 2, I believe. Yes, just a double feature. Let's see, there should be a switch on the back, or do we get, yes. So we're gonna have to switch it. They could have put more on here, but so we'll have to figure out what the switching is. I'm sure that's in the manual. Probably says how to do that. We'll come back to that. So there's our manual, or our cartridge. And again, I do like these because of the original being able to, you know, plug that in. Oh, this is nice. Here we go. Here is our USB-C for power. We're not going to need that because I already have power. You saw me power up the other one. Here we go. Look at this. Now, this is what makes this so cool. Check this out. These are your adapters, but look, we get 2 adapters. I did not know this. I did not realize this. We get 2 adapters. You get this adapter here, which is, you know, what you're going to use on here, or your retro computer, say Amiga 65, Commodore 64, VIC-20, because it will work. But look at this. There's also a USB. So if you want to plug this joystick into a modern USB device, modern computer, you have that. I did not realize that that came with it. I don't remember that coming with the CX40 on the original one. Maybe it did. Somebody remind me if they have one of these. Maybe that did, but that is a super nice feature. Now we're not going to need this one for the live stream, so I'm going to put that back in here so I don't lose it, and we're going to put everything back in here. And then if we pull this up, what do we have down here? Oh, here we go. Let's open this up. And look at that. This is cool. Let's go ahead and lift out the Pac-Man joystick. Oh, and I'm gonna go ahead and put these things in here so, again, I don't lose things. Try and keep everything together. This is gonna be, you know where this is gonna be fun? This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be a blast at the holidays because everybody loves to play Pac-Man, right? It's just going to be a blast. So, let's check out the joystick. Oh, we got the little, let's take off the little cover. That's something I was going to say, and I thought, no, I better not say that. Hey, you can guess. Please don't put it in chat. So right here, look at that. You got a little Pac-Man on top. Really like that. It's good to have. It feels like a regular one. You can plug it in, but it's also wireless. It's primarily designed to be used wireless with your adapter. And we'll do that. We'll pair that when we get going. Is there anything on the top? No. This is rubber on the top right here, which is nice. So you get a little, it's a little grippy. It feels like a CX40. The only button you have is for the pairing. There aren't any extra buttons here or here like we found on some other devices. This is just a standard CX40 joystick. They just happen to have thrown in wireless. It is gorgeous. I haven't looked at chat yet, but hopefully you're telling me whether you like the yellow or not. We have this, there's something in here. I'm not sure what else we could possibly have. Let's see. Let's open this up. We have, oh, that's where they snuck in the longer USB-C cable for the joystick. And is there something else? Yep, there's something else. And this will be yet another HDMI cable. Seriously, folks, you can stop sending you HDMI cables. So if I could pay $3 less for your device and not have an HDMI cable, I'd be okay with that. I think that is it. You can see that. There's nothing else. So we will pop those back in there for now. But this box is even really, check it out. It's got the little maze on it. Very nicely packaged Atari. I'm pleased. I am very pleased. That was fun. Just tearing it apart. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look around the device itself. So we'll lift off the cover. I always keep the covers on these, that's for sure. Oh, this is really cool. Check it out. Look at this. We have the power right here. We have our TV type, color, black and white. You can still do that. Our game select, game reset is right there. And look at this, guys. There you go. That's why it's the Pac-Man edition right there. You got Pac-Man, you got Inky, Blinky, Clyde, and whoever. I don't remember the 4 names. Hold on. I'm going to get it right. Inky, Blinky, Clyde, Pinky. Inky, Pinky, Blinky, and Clyde. There we go. Inky, Pinky, Blinky, and Clyde. There we go. Love it. So on the back here, you can see, or on the bottom, I should say, looks like I'm serial number 30,857. Wow, there's a bunch of these in the wild. Now, I don't know if that's just the Pac-Man edition or if that's all of them. That could be all of them. I don't know. That'd be interesting to check out. And then on the back here, you can see we have our ports that we should be familiar with. So we have our 16:9, 4:3 switch. We'll check and see if we need that. We do have our difficulty switch A, difficulty switch for B, A and B player. We have our power, and then we have our HDMI out right here. So speaking of that, I am going to go ahead and plug in my HDMI while I have that, and you can see what that looks like. And I'm going to make sure power is off, and we're going to go ahead and plug in our USB-C power. So let me go ahead and get that done. And hopefully that's all that will be required for us to set that up. I am going to go ahead and plug in the wireless adapter here. Right there. All right. And that will actually get power from the pins. That's how that works. And then we're going to put that right there. All right. So, and then we're going to clean up. Well, we better keep this because we might need this right here. And then our cartridge right there. All right. Now there you go. There's a nice presentation. There's your unboxing of the Atari 2600 Plus Pac-Man Edition. Thanks for being here today. I am out. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that. So I'm afraid to turn it on. You know, the live stream just went so well. Something's going to happen and it's going to take me down, I'm sure. All right, let's go ahead and let's check on chat and see what's going on, because the other thing I need to do is, there we go, I got to get my notes here. So let's go back here. Let's just check out. Oh, wow, you guys were talkative. By the way, how many people do we have on? We've got 27 of you. Hey, welcome to all of you. Again, if you're watching, haven't dropped down into chat, please drop down there. Let me know you're joining along. Let's see. I hope it doesn't turn white in 40 years. I like that, Evil J. Looks like it's already turned. Yeah. All right. That's funny. I like that one. Let's see. I must admit, I still prefer the black and wood grain. I think that's because it gets to the nostalgic colors. Again, for me, they never had a yellow. I assume they've never had anything quite like this, but I just think it is a fun play. But I also think it's fun when you add these guys. And by the way, we'll be looking at those a little bit later. So stay tuned if you want to see all the different colors. We're going to take a look at each one of those here in just a minute. The manual font is very classic Amiga. Yes, it is. Atari is firing on cylinders for sure, says Metro Media Weekly. YouTube should pause during commercials or let me know that there's a commercial so I can just go for, 30 seconds. Apologies. Sorry about that, guys. Fun fact. Oh, wait, fun fact. The original version of the 2600 didn't have a black background because Atari policy said only space games could have black play fields. How cool. I did not know that. Good fun fact. I love good fun fact. Love that it comes with both connections. Me too. I just think that's a little extra value, which, by the way, you can buy these individually. Which I should also say, I have all the links down in the video description below for everything that you can find that. So another way that you can kind of support the channel is go down there and click those links. So if you want to buy something, buy a gift, do anything, start down there for me, will you? Because that's what helped purchase the things that you see here, right? Let's see, could you test the 9-pin wireless adapter on your Spectrum next? I could. I probably won't today because I'm afraid it'll take it. Oh, but I can tell you, by the way, I can tell you that the black one works because I've used it. So the black CX40 Plus worked on my Spectrum. Yes, I can tell you that because I have used it. Well, no, I'll hang on to that. I've got something else I want to share with you. So we'll be talking about that a little bit later. Guess for legal reasons, they couldn't create a menu. That would be more easier than switches. No, I think it's a technical reason that they chose not a menu. They've been doing switches because I think the way that the cartridges load. They can't do a menu. I mean, maybe technically they could, but they've been doing the weird switch thing. I'm not a fan of it. Just going to say, I'd be very careful plugging it into a C64 VIC-20. Well, the VIC-20 maybe. I've used it on almost every device. I have not had any problems with it. That doesn't mean your mileage may vary. You might take your computer out, especially for original machines. You should always consider what you are doing. I'm assuming it has extra buttons. You assume incorrectly. There are no extra buttons. Again, like I said, the only extra button is that pairing button right there. There is extra buttons on the A400 Plus, no, the A400, the Amiga, the CX40 that comes with that one. They call that one the CX40. This is really where it gets crazy when you've got two different brands selling kind of the same thing, but that is a USB version of the CX40, and it does have extra buttons on it. And you're going to see that, and I'll tell you why you're going to see that here in just a little bit. I believe it's just the one. Yes, that is correct. Wow, I'm having to skip. You guys are really chatty. I'm having to skip some chats today. Like pluggable Sega pad and the extra buttons can kill the... Oh, yes, for something like that. Yes, if you have extra buttons. This one does not have extra buttons, though. It's just a standard. The yellow makes the 2600 look modern. It does, I will say, it does look a little bit like a toy. It does have a... But in a kind of a fun 1970s nostalgia taxi cab look. Right? It looks like a taxi cab. I don't know. Tell me what you think it looks like. I'd love to know what you think. The CX78 is Commodore compatible for anything that supports button 2 on POT-Y. Thank you, Dan, for that. I like the CX4. There's a CX78 Plus too, right? That's what I was, yes, there's a Plus version of that too, which is wireless. Should be Blinky, what should be Blinky, Pinky, Bonnie, and Clyde. I love it, Arnold. Thanks for coming back, Arnold. Good to see you. I haven't welcomed you, so good to have you here. But why, Arnold says, but why Pac-Man Edition? Pac-Man was one of the worst games. It was, but Pac-Man was also one of the most famous brands in the world and is still alive today. And why not take advantage of it to sell lots of these things and the colors of the joysticks, which we'll come back to. But again, you may not agree with me. I think it's pretty cool. The CX40 has the extra buttons in the left-hand mode, rotates the 690 degrees, but it's wired. Yes. Yes, it is wired. So, you know, got to take the good with the bad, right? Will this new version work with the Harmony cartridge? I have no earthly idea, Arnold. Maybe somebody could tell us. I don't know. Would like a wireless CX40? Well, you don't have to. Just go down to the video description down below. You'll have a link so that you can grab one Wonder Dog. The CX40 Plus is available in the black. It's readily available. And I do have links to the color versions if you want a specific color. They're going pretty fast, though. I'm going to tell you. They're really, yes, the Tonka Edition. Yes, exactly, Jamie. This is the Atari Tonka Edition. If you don't see the little Pac-Man stuff on it, could easily be Tonka. Love that. Perfect. Possibly Cosmic Cruncher, but it was called Pac-Man since it was a copy on... Oh, Cosmic Cruncher. I'd forgotten about that. Yes. Could have been an ET edition. Yeah, they would have sold a bunch of them before they went to the landfills. No, nothing against you, Mr. Landfill. Just saying. Okay. No, don't want to offend anybody. So, I personally, Pac-Man deserves... I personally believe Pac-Man deserves his day in the yellow Atari sun. I'll be able to read at some point. I think I need a drink. Little L8. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at the joysticks real quick. By the way, if you're saying, hey, retroCombs, aren't you going to do the news thing today? And I am. We've got lots of news. So yeah, stand by. We are going to do some new stuff because there are some fun stuff. But before we do that, we're going to take a look at these joysticks. So this one is Inky. Let's take a look at Inky. Oh, we're going to need our Inky freer. Free the Inky. There we go. We're freeing Inky. Here we go. So here's what you get in the, oh, look, oh, I like that. Look at this. Check it out. You get a little Inky on top. Okay, this is attention to detail, folks. I'm sorry. This is just great. Now I'm going to throw these. Do you get the same two? You do. You get the same two. So that's good. And there we go. We'll get rid of that. Just put that over here. So here is Inky. Look at that. We're going to set that here. So you can see all of these right there. We'll get rid of the box. Put that down here. All right. Here's that age-old problem, guys. Boxes or no. And what I'm going to tell you on this one is I probably am not... I'm not going to save the box. I didn't save the box for the 2600 part of the other reason I got all the different colors is this is going to make a cool display. As a matter of fact, you guys have seen back here, I have the Retron, and it's hard to see back here, got the Retron N playing Galaga, but I plan on redoing this area so that you have the bright colors. And by the way, whoever asked, yes, this is the Atari Lego video system. Yes, I do have that. I've had that for, I think, 2 years. We always plan to do that as a family during the holidays. I don't even know if we're going to get to it this year, but it's original in a box right now. It's never been opened. So yes, to answer your question in chat earlier, I do have that. That was a gift. So that's very nice. But man, I don't know if I can do that during a live stream because that'd be a monster live stream and probably something I couldn't keep up with. All right, going back to our joysticks. Let's get back here. This one is Blinky. I should have done them Inky. Yeah, Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde. Okay, let me do them in order here. All right, so let's free the Blinky. Come in here and free the Blinky. We are freeing the Blinky, guys. Come on. Here's our Blinky right here. So we'll go through and we'll assume, yep, I kind of like it in red. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like the red. That is really cool. So there you go. There is Blinky. It's like having a pet, isn't it? Here, let's do this. Let's put this one down here. See if we can get some kind of display here for you that looks like I know what I'm doing. Yeah, we'll do it like that. All right, and then we have Pinky, and I do think a lot of people will like Pinky. Pinky, I think, is going to be one of the popular ones that will sell because there's Pinky. And Pinky makes you think, where's Ms. Pac-Man? Every time I see Pinky, I think, where's Ms. Pac-Man? Shouldn't they have thrown that in along with Pac-Man and the original one? That would have been a nice touch. All right, so here is Pinky. Oh, this is nice. Look at that. Oh, sorry, there we go. Get those right there. Okay, wow. That is one colorful display, isn't it? Come on. There we go. Let's get that thing. And then our last one is, we are going to free the Clyde. Clyde looks like he's been, I don't know. I don't know. He's not had enough sleep. Okay. And then let's go ahead and open this one up right here. Clyde. Right Turn Clyde. Is that right? Right Turn Clyde? What's that movie? In the chat down below, you know where to answer the question. We always do a lot of trivia from the 70s and 80s. So Left Turn Clyde, what's that from? If you know what that's from, put it in chat. Clyde is really cool too. I like Clyde. Look at that. So Clyde right there in the orange, it almost blends almost too well. But if I get them both together, you can see that there's an obvious difference right there. So I guess really what they should be is like this, right? Any which way but loose, you win, Taro. Nicely done. Right Turn, Clyde. Fun movie. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember enjoying it because I was youth and anything with that kind of humor was funny. All right, so there you go. We have now the entire Atari 2600 Pac-Man Edition, Atari 2600 Plus from Atari. I like it. Let me know which color. I'll give you a few seconds to take a look at that color while I am queuing up something here. Hey, we got 30 of you, but I only have 16 likes. Could some of you who are not hit that like button do that for me, please? Oh, 3 of you just left when I asked that. So I just love the way the numbers go boop, 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 boop. I think it's fun how people pop in, they see me and they go, I don't want any of that. No, I'm out. So, but put your colors in. What colors do you like? And I'm going to bring up my notes because we do have some news I would like to share. So we're going to go back over here into here. I'm going to go back into my chat and hey, it's time for the retro news. A couple of things popped up. I didn't think there was going to be much news this week, especially since 2 weeks ago, but man, it got busy. So I'm going to pop on over here to boom. And the first big thing that we need to know about is the A1200 is now, you all knew it was available for pre-order, but we were all a little disappointed because we didn't think it was going to be available in the United States. Guess what? You can pre-order. Link in the video description. Go down there and grab that. But if you are in the US, you can now pre-order And you can see I pre-ordered on November 23rd at 2020. I know I do need a jingle. I need news jingles. I'm not a musician. So if we got any musicians out there who want to build me some jingles for the demo, the unboxing, and the news, let me know. All right. I'd be happy to, and I'd love them to be in 8-bit computer mode. That's what I really love. I'd love to have like 8-bit SID sound jingle. How cool would that be? But that's not me. I can't do that. So anyway, get your A1200. Again, links down below. Super excited about that. And so here's what I'm going to tell you. I am working on a prepared video. I'm having a blast with this prepared video. And it is covering, and I'm giving you guys a little, and hopefully it'll be in the next 24 to 48 hours. It is every single the retroCombs device. I put just a little bit of spin on why I enjoy them. So I'm covering everyone from the Mini all the way up to, what was the latest one? The Specky, or the Spectrum, I think was the last one. And I'm covering every one of them. And I'm telling everybody that if you are looking for a great gift for your retro computing fan, here's the one you want, and you can kind of go through and find out. So you get a little smattering about all of them. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't done a prepared video for this channel in some time. I've been doing a bunch for the tech channel, but I really wanted to do this one because I just think it was and it's been fun. I got a new setup. You're going to get to see the Checkmate monitor in action. It's going to be a blast. So be on the lookout for it. It's about 15 minutes. Yes, Commodore VIC-20. By the way, good name, because Commodore VIC-20 was my very first. Yes, and I am covering the Spectrum in that video as well. And that one comes with a little portable printer and a quick shot joystick. That's awesome. And right now, unfortunately, it is, do I have, what zip? What zip do I have? Where's my zip? Mark, you said, be careful, don't dox yourself with the zip. Might be worth amending that Amazon screenshot. Oh, did I have that on there? I'm not worried if it's just the zip code. Oh boy, let me just check, make sure. If it's just zip code, I'm okay. Because I live in a city that's large, so large enough I don't need to worry about that. But I will make sure, and we will go on to the next one. So good catch. Thank you for that. Who is that? That was Mark. Hey, thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. Again, I didn't even realize that zip code was even in there. That's odd. Why would they put that on the page? Anyway, so be on the lookout for that video. It is going to be a blast. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I can. I think I can do this. Let's see. No, I'm gonna have to go back for just a second here, and let's grab the next one. There we go. And then the other thing that is big right now is, some of you may know that Atari owns, I'm going to shrink this down just a little bit, owns the Intellivision brand, and they have a new Intellivision coming out, and we talked about that last time. So, but what's interesting in here is there have been hints that Atari is going to release some reimagined modern versions of the Jaguar Lynx, potentially. So very interested in that. If you're very interested in that one, and everybody used to love the Jaguar, so I'm kind of curious about where that's going to come. So that is in the news lately. And yes, I do have the Intellivision ordered. I think it's going to be here before Christmas, so it's probably going to be around Christmas that we will do a live stream. Now this one was interesting. This is the 2025 Chip Music Festival that happened last weekend. Now, unfortunately, we're a day late and $1 short for this, but I did want to share this. Again, all the links for all these news items are down below, so you can go check this out. And now we've got some video from the show itself. So if you have a chance, go down there and take a look at that, and want to hear some great 8-bit chip tunes and see what people are doing modern-wise, here's where you can find that. So make sure that you take a look at that. The other one that's huge right now, and I mentioned this last time, is the Vectrex. Vectrex is up to $1 million. $1 million. How about that? That is, oh wait, it's going up. Look at that. 1,022,668. So yes, I back that one. That one's not going to ship for a while. It's only got 8 days to go. I'm curious if my buddy Jaime over at Jaime's Hackshack, who just loves the Vectrex, if he is supporting this on Kickstarter. Would love to know that. Anybody else supporting that on Kickstarter, let me know. Now this one came out of nowhere. I was not ready for this. This is an open source dual real 6502 console. It's coming in 2025. It uses two 65CO2 CPU, or I think is it used 2? Is that what it said? It was something weird about it. The Game Tank is an open source 8-bit retro console that you can build and build games for. All the schematics, boards, 3D files. There's an emulator too, so you can start development, but it looks really interesting. Again, it's another 6502, but it's a C02 based system. And it's got our ports there that we would have. We could actually use these joysticks on that device. So I'm going to be interested to see who gets this, who likes it. Yeah, so there is a video here if you want to take a look at it. But I have not had a chance to research it, not going to lie. It does have 200 colors, 3.5 megapixel second blitter, dedicated audio coprocessor, fully open source. It reminds me of the Mega 65 just a little bit. And Dan, I know you're in here, so let me know what you think and if you've been keeping up with this. So let's see. I love this one. 8-bit guy just posted a video not long. I think this is yesterday, maybe. Let's see, 23 hours ago. He has created a new VIC-20 game called Quarks. Who creates new VIC-20 games? Well, the 8-bit guy does. And I really enjoyed this video. Highly recommend you check it out just because it's cool to see people creating VIC-20 games today. But the really fun thing is he dives in to let you know how he created it and his process. And I just thought that was fascinating, including backgrounds, imaging, or animations rather, over playable graphics, the sound. It was fun to watch. So be sure and check that out. And then lastly, we can't go through a live stream without talking about what's going on with Commodore. Commodore just sent out emails. Curious how many of you have actually ordered a Commodore. I have 2 on order. I have a Commodore, a regular edition, brown edition, and then I have the Founders. Now what's happened is the Founders edition has been delayed, and that is because there was an error with the keyboard. And so everybody who's in the Founders edition got an email saying, sorry, it's going to be delayed, but they're going to do something different with the keyboard because they had to completely throw those basically away is what it sounds like. And they went with somebody else who's going to make it an even more special keyboard with some kind of gold layer on the top or something like that. I have to go back and read it. But so there's that. And then the other good news was that the other ones seem to be on time for shipping. So looks like many people will be getting brand new Commodore computers before Christmas. Those of you with the Founders Edition, you might get it before Christmas or after Christmas. I know I got my order in really early. I was kind of hoping that mine would come in before Christmas and then we could do a live stream together. So be on the lookout. Of course, the first place that you can find out about what I'm doing is in the Discord, and we're going to talk about that here in just a little bit. The other thing I would say is there was a letter or an email that went out from Leonard Trammell, which was just a lot of fun too. That went out via just kind of talking about the status and update. So it's good that he is incorporating some of those folks in there that we know, those quirky names and folks who are involved in Commodore. So really cool stuff. Anyway, that, my friends, was the news that we had since the last 2 weeks. Let's see what you all have. If you have any information that you want to add, I'm going to scroll back up here. Let's check on chat. Let's see. I'm planning to pre-order at some point, hoping to support the local business, but Amazon will be my backup. Yeah, that would be great. In America, we just don't have locals like that, unfortunately. Just not that kind of scene. All white Spectrum. Yes, Retro Media Weekly. It is an all white, and so is the printer, and so is the QuickShot joystick. So 2-second Google will cook that anyways. Yes, absolutely. The QuickShot 2 joystick is a definite purchase for me. I assume they're going to sell that separately. I don't know. It comes with the package. They're very good about selling bits and pieces, so I have to imagine the QuickShot will be something that they will package separately because they've done that with joysticks. I have the new Intellivision coming. Good, Evil J. We will compare notes when they come in. I will do a live stream when that comes in. A new Lynx would be awesome. I'm curious to see how that goes. I went on the Vectrex Kickstarter. Good for you, Mark. Outstanding. A lot of you folks will be sharing experiences with those devices together. If there's one thing the Vectrex didn't need, it's a smaller screen. That is the one negative thing about it, isn't it? There's that smaller screen. I too was very disappointed in that. And I know a lot of purists are going to say, yeah, it's not really a vector screen. But my understanding is they're using OLED with high density. It should look good. But Yeah, who's going to rebuild CRT for those things? Nobody. Nobody's going to do that. I've never participated in any Kickstarters. I have only had one failed Kickstarter. And it wasn't that much, which was nice. I think I lost $75. Everything else has gone. And so after that one, I stopped for years. But then as it started getting, I think it's more reputable. There are more reputable folks on there. So I've been all right. Yep, supporting the veterans. Good for you, Commodore VIC-20. And the next three, yes, I have the next three board coming in because I already have a next issue 2. I just did the board this time. I'm going to replace the board. We'll probably do that in a live stream. Man, I got a lot of live stream stuff coming up. I got the KS3, so no Vectrix for me. I know. 128 by 128 resolution is a deal. Really? You think so, Evil J? I know. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I've seen some demos. Yeah, that's good. Quick shot where? Hey, Miss Love, good to have you here. My executive producer just popped in. One of them, Jamie's the other. Quick shot 2 is coming with the Spectrum next 40th edition. Anyway, I'll have more information in my next video, so stand by. I want it. I need it. I love it. Yeah, outstanding. Mark, I've also gone in on the Commodore Ultimate Founders Edition. The next 3 went a bit mad. Didn't we all this year? I mean, what a great time to be a retro computer fan. Evil J says the thing needs at least 256 by 256. Yeah, we'll have to see. At least the Spectrum White Edition. But I've seen at least one YouTube video of a black one. The Spectrum, well, I have the black Spectrum. So there is that one that is available, and that'll be in the video I just mentioned. So be on the lookout for that video, and we'll talk all about every single the retro device. So it's gonna be fun. I met the Game Tank guy at PAX West. Fun project, real retro feel. Hey, thanks for sharing that. Appreciate that. Any similarities, Dan, to our favorite Mega 65? You really are hot on the news. Good stuff. Well, good. I appreciate it. I enjoy going out and looking for things and chatting about them. I don't spend a lot of time in them. I'm not doing a deep dive. I'm just trying to bring awareness to some things you guys might want to take a deep dive on. And again, links down below. If you want to take a deeper dive, you can do that. The VIC-20 Quartz game looked decent. I think so. I think it looks really good. I have a Starlight coming. Oh, the Starlight. See, I was torn on the Starlight or the original, but I felt like I needed the original and the Founders. The Starlight, honestly, could I have purchased all 3? I could have, but I'm not gonna. And I have to admit, the one is a gift, so it's going to go to somebody when I get done with it. I posted a link to the QS2 review on the Peripherals channel. Oh, very good. Perfect. Thank you. And what he's talking about is on my Discord. We have separate channels where you can post things, and I think I've done a pretty good job creating some really fun channels. So again, we'll come, yeah, at the Discord. Yes. Mr. Landfill says, yes, I see he made little extensions to keep it from dropping. Cool. Still can't decide between getting the Ultimate board or the new C64. You know, Arnold, I think I'm sticking with the C64. I think you get everything with the Ultimate, but you get upgraded BIOS and some other things. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the new C64 Ultimate is the way to go. So ultra low res game controls are my fave. Creative constraints make it fun. Pico 8, yes, Pico 8 is a blast. I have a handheld that has that. Meggy Jr. is a handheld console with an 8x. I do not know that one, Dan. Thanks for sharing that one. That's a good one. Game Tank is intentionally small, closer to a VIC-20 or an arcade game console. Perfect. Thanks. Retro Medley. So many retro systems coming out. Have to sit back and think on which one I really want my hands on first. So do I. Fortunately, I have the support of all of you that lets me go probably a little bit further than most. So, and speaking of that, what a segue as I talk about this right here, folks. All the stuff down below. Do that. Join, subscribe, thumbs up, comments, and you can send a super chat, or afterwards, you can send a thanks if you want to help support the channel so that I can continue to bring you these great live streams. This is so the only reason I have stuff new all the time is because you all support me, because the lovely accountant would not let me buy all this stuff with our budget upstairs. So I say upstairs because I'm in the basement for some of you that don't know. And plus, she loves it because it gives her 2 to 3 hours by herself on a Sunday. So she wants to continue to do that. So love that. So make sure you do that. All that down below. Now, here's the other thing though. If you look over on the other side over here, there we go. If you look right here, we, and I mentioned this a little bit earlier, we used to have buy me a coffee. It got really complicated. Not for you all, it was really complicated for me. And so now, just to make things simple, go down below. You can see all the member options, and they're all at these fun inspired, Commodore inspired levels. And the great thing about it is, if you look in chat, for instance, as a matter of fact, Mislov just did that. Let's see if that, I don't think I can do it. I can't show it on my screen. Yeah, but if you look in chat right now, Mislov has shown that he has been a member for 29 months, and he is at the Mega 65 FPGA level for membership. And he is, look, you see the little 2Y, and you see the wrench? He's got all kinds of stuff. He's a wrench because, he's a wrench. He's not a wretch, he's a wrench because he is at the Mega 65 level, and that makes him an executive producer. So because he has, oh, and then, well, we'll come back to that. And then if you look right next to him, he's got a 2Y. That means he has been a member of the channel for 2 years on YouTube. He was cool before it was uncool to be a YouTube member to the channel. So very good. And I've got a special surprise for him when he reaches 3 years. He doesn't know it. He does now, but he doesn't know what the surprise is. His little thing is going to change to something else. So if you look, you can look in chat and you can see all of the little logos. You can see my number 1, number 2 participants. You can see 2 years. You can see months, little icons next to you and badges. So it's just a blast. It's a lot of fun. And then, as Mislov is demonstrating for you all, you can also, and Xander's already done this as well, you can leave a super chat to continue to support the channel as well. So Mislov is always so gracious to do that. I really appreciate that. And another one of our executive producers, and you'll see his name pop up down below, is Jamie's Hackshack, who has also shown you, Jamie, you didn't need to do that, has also, and I feel bad that my executive producers are the ones giving super chats because they give so much monthly to the channel, but they're supportive of the channel. They want you all to know how to do it. And so they're showing you how you can give a super chat to support the channel. So I love that. So thank you, Jamie. Jamie's also got a wrench. Now the wrenches mean that they're executive producers, but they have access to the chat. Which means that they can boot you, they can share links, and they're actually in there kind of helping run the chat for me when they're doing that. So if that's something you'd enjoy, you can go down there at the Mega 65 level. So we have pet membership, which Chris just joined today. So you can do that. Don't forget, I don't know how to super chat, says Mr. Landfill. But Mr. Landfill, you just super chatted. How about that? Look at that. I don't know how to super chat, but I just super chatted. You're awesome, man. Way to super chat. You didn't even know you could do such a thing. Oh, the spelling error was free. I know it happens. So very, very cool. Nicely done on the super chat. So then the other thing I will say before we go back to our Pac-Man themed live stream, which has just been a blast so far, is when you become a member at the VIC-20 level, you get access to the Discord. And the Discord is what we were talking about a little bit earlier. I have a wonderful Discord where all the retroCombs, it's where this chat kind of continues when we're not in a live stream. You get a chance to continue to interact with your friends, your fellow retroCombians. By the way, I didn't name them that. I always want to be clear. I think it was Xander who came up with that. We liked it. It stuck. Or at least I liked it and it stuck. I don't know if the rest of them, but that's where the retroCombians hang out. And we've got channels for all of our favorite retro computers. We've got a channel for gearheads. And one of the things I'm especially proud of is Jaime has his own channel for Jaime's Hackshack in there. He could be out doing his own Discord, but he's decided to be in there with us. And he has his own channel, and you get to see what he's doing over on his channel. By the way, if you've not subscribed to Jaime's Hackshack, go do that now for me. He would appreciate your thumbs up and your subs. And he does stuff a little more on the hardware side, where I do more stuff on the experience and kind of software side. So they're good. They're a good combination. And then occasionally you'll see one of us pop up in each other's videos, which is kind of fun too. And we've been trying to collaborate on something. I'm hopeful maybe we can get something collaborated on over the holiday. We will see. We're going to keep working on it. So there you go. There's all the many different ways that you can participate and be a part of the retrocombian community. Now let's get back to, let's turn this bad boy on and see if it's going to work. Let me just check on chat one more time. So many retro. Oh yeah, we already did all that. Okay, good. So we are all caught up on chat. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to come over to this view right here, and we're going to turn it on for the very first time. So to turn it on, we're going to flip the little switch here, and then we're going to come back to that view. Here we go. Everybody hold those fingers. Hold those fingers. Mislov says, oh wait, I gotta do this. I heard that you Americans can now pre-order. I had to call a friend in Australia. By the way, check the link out below, Mislov. We talked about that during the news segment, and there is a link for all my US folks down below so that they can order their A1200. I just saw that. I want to make sure because Mislov says he's an Amiga freak, man. This guy loves the Amiga. He wants everybody to own an Amiga. All right. So I want to make sure, and plus he's an executive producer. So when an executive producer speaks, I have to listen. All right. All right, here we go. Thank you, Retro Media Weekly. Fingers crossed. Here we go. We're going to turn it on. We're going to fire it up. Let's see what it looks like when it boots. Oh, that's a good sign. That's a very good sign. Okay, now I don't have a cartridge in it. Okay. So you all forgot to tell me to put a cartridge in it. so here's what we're going to do. We do need to, I forgot about that. You know, how about that? I just forgot to put a cartridge in. So we're going to pull out our cartridge. I am not going to worry with these right now. We're just going to plug it in and see what happens first, and then we'll figure out how to change it. All right, so I broke it. Yes, Mr. Landfill, I broke it. All right, I'm going to turn it off. My understanding is you really don't have to turn these off, not the way these work. But it's a habit. And so you guys can chat about that in chat if that's a real thing or not. We're going to plug in the Pac-Man Double Feature. I love this. Oh, plugging in a cartridge. Is that great or what? It's so 1970s. Hold on. Let me kill. There we go. I was hearing myself, and I do not want to hear myself. You know, I do see it does appear to be a little hot. I'm going to bring this back just a little bit. Tell me if that's too low. I did bring it back just a little bit. I did see something ping there, so maybe Jaime was right. Let's see. Here we go. Oh man, you guys got some stuff going on in chat down there. Let's see what's. I'll come back to that. All right, so we'll come back to that. It looks like one of my executive producers is doing some fun stuff in there. So we've got the Pac-Man Double Feature. It's plugged in now. Now we're going to turn it on. Then we're going to go back to this view. Boom. And we're going to see and watch it load. And I'm going to take a drink while we do that. It's loading the game. Now remember, it actually pulls the data from the cartridge and then injects it. It's not like the old original Atari. 2600 plus Pac-Man Edition. So it's not as quick either as the original. Oh, so we are on the Pac-Man Double Feature. Interesting. So this is the 7800 version. So what they've done is they've not really recreated a version of Pac-Man for the Atari 2600. They've just included the 7800, which was more like the original version. And as somebody mentioned earlier, there are some homebrews out there for the 2600 that are really good. Had I been smart, well, no, I couldn't have done that. I would have had to use the Retron in for that. But you can see right here, here's the 7800 version, and it looks really good. So let's play just a little bit, and then we'll see if we can fire up the old version. So, by the way, I will be using the yellow joystick to begin with. If you have a preference for when we play on the, we'll take a little poll. We'll see which color is the most popular. So while I'm kind of going through this, you pick a color, and whichever color wins, that's the one we'll use when we play the Atari 2600 version after we figure out actually how to set that cartridge to that. So again, do all that in the chat. We'll come back to it. All right, so here's how you pair. It's a very simple process. And luckily, everything seems to be charged. So I think we're not going to have to plug it in, but you can plug it in if you want. So what you do, you see when this is blinking, then all you do is you press this button, and eventually, boom, rock solid. I say that. Let's see. Eventually, it's going to hook up, sync up. Well, that's not good. Those should have synced up by now. It did not sync up. Let's try it again. I'm sure that's the process. Let me just make sure. Of course, it's a retroCombs live stream. Why would everything work? Nothing should work. Let's see. Getting started. Power pellet. Let's see. They are not syncing up for some reason. Let's see if I can. I'm sure I did that right. Oh, you know what? Probably it would be easier if I just grab, yeah, the card here. Oh, here we go. So here's what you're supposed to do. So red flashing, low battery. Okay, we don't have that. White flashing. Insert the hold and press the sync buttons. Oh, for 3 seconds. That's what I was doing wrong, folks. You got to hold it for 3 seconds. 1001, 1002. There we go. Now we're cooking. I forgot the 3-second rule. There's always a 3-second rule. Sorry about that, guys. But at least everything's working. All right. You're a walking Faraday cage. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll come back to that here in a minute. All right, so let's go back in. So we are synced, something like that. Let's go ahead and see if we can press. Let's hit the button to start. Oh, we like that. And this is perfect, folks. Perfect. It's got that original feel. Now it is tricky. Oh, I could not. So here's the thing. I couldn't go up. So this is that original. It is like the original because it's messed up. There we go. Let me just get this joystick going here. Ugh. Trying to get up there. Wow. There we go. Oh man, I missed the fruit and everything. All right, I'm horrible at this. So I will say this is not as responsive as I had hoped. I'm having problems really getting the up and the down. See, watch. Here's up. See, and it didn't go. See, can't get up. So I don't know if it's the newness. Yeah, it is really kind of weird. And I'm really having to really just like hit it. So it could just be that it's new. Oh look, oh we have some. Now this I didn't see. We could say we have our number of players. We could do lives. I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to change it. I guess you had to use your joystick. Let's see if we can die here real quick, which should not be an issue with me. The joystick is getting better. I think it's just the newness of the joystick. So I think we are okay, folks. It's going to be okay. You just have to practice and get this thing. You have to use it. Yeah, I missed it. Oh, come on. There we go. Well, that was a dumb move. Anyway, let's go ahead. I'm going to die. I want to come back to that menu. So let's do that. Might as well get a few points before I die, right? Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, let's go ahead and take out. Now see, I tried to go up. Oh my gosh. It is, and I'm sure it will get better. Yeah, so very, very hard. Left and right, no problem. Up and down is causing me some issues though. Let me go ahead and die here. I do think it is going to get better as I use the joystick, but still, it's tricky. There we go. That should be our last one, right? So let's go ahead and go back out. All right, so Pac-Man Double Feature. Let's see if we can get that menu back. All right. I'm afraid if I hit the button, it's going to go right back into the game. So there's Pinky, or Blinky, Pinky, Inky, and Clyde. So Shadow, Speedy, Bashful, and Pokey. I don't know that they had double names. Did you all know that? High score. Oh, goody. There's my high score. Random mazes. Oh, I didn't know you could have random mazes. So instead of pressing the button, I'm going to go left and right. There you go. That's how you change it. You can start with cherries, strawberries, orange. You can speed, can be normal, sped up. Can you go slow? It's just normal and sped up. Okay. And then you can do your number of lives. So you can move and change that. So we'll do one more here. Oh, there you go. You can see along the side now it's changed. And yeah, it's a different level and it's a heck of a lot faster. Holy cow. Holy moly. So if you want to go ahead and just get to that level, here you go. Wow. This is, people, this is out of control. I'm dead. All right. So there we go. There was the Atari 7800 version of Pac-Man. Let's go ahead and check you out in chat and see what you thought about my spectacular Pac-Manning, which was horrible. It was horrible, but it's not because I'm well, actually I am horrible. But these really are, they're really stiff right now. I'm hopeful that they are going to actually, you know, soften up a little bit. Let's see. What was going on here? Let me back up here. Looks like, Jaime, what were you doing? Jaime, it's not transferring it over, but looks like Jaime was doing, oh, Jaime, thank you, Jaime. Jaime gifted 5 retroCombs gift memberships. Look at you. Oh, and the other thing I didn't mention is when you do the gift, or when you have a membership, you do get access to and I don't use it a whole lot. I'm going to start using it more, but it is a separate YouTube area, community area. There we go. The separate YouTube community area for you. Looks like Mark, you got a gift membership. Thank you, Jaime, for giving Mark a gift membership. Andrew Morrow from the UK also got a gift membership from Jaime. Thank you so much, Jaime. Hey Har 2007 also received a gift membership from Jaime. Thank you again, Jaime, for doing that. And Jorg Wunderlich also received a gift membership. And then Tim Robert Byte Lynx also received a gift membership. So there's a way that you can try it on for size and see if you want to see. Now, what will happen is if you go into the YouTube community, okay, for all of you watching, there's a private area for the retroCombians, the members. And in there, you'll find the link so that you can join the Discord. That's how it works, okay? So remember that. So that was awesome. Yes, definitely. Very nice of you to do that, Jaime. So thank you so much. Yes, and as Mr. Landfill says, Jamie's Hackshack, rock on. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for helping support the channel and getting more folks involved in our Discord. That's awesome. Let me get out of here. Let's see. They should have built Pac-Man into it, would have saved them a few dollars. I'm not sure what we're building it into, Neil, but maybe you meant into the unit itself. I think they're not going to do that. They want to go with the traditional feel. How do I get ROM files into that thing? You do not, Arnold, unless you buy, Xander, what was that thing called? There's a cartridge that you can buy that you can plug in, and then you would have your ROM files. So that's how that would work for this one. You cannot install, there's no way to install a USB drive with ROM files. You get the ROM file cartridge. There's an SD card slot here. You plug that in, and then I think you get a menu, and then you select. But there is a way to do that, and then that would work with the original as well. So never fear, you can still get your ROMs in there. Now, the other thing I would say is if you want that kind of experience, and I have one back here, the Retron N, and I did not put links, the Retron N77 is an Atari clone that works very similar. You can hack it with... there's a name for an Atari 2600 emulator. It's a girl's name, and I can't remember it right now, but you can put that on it, and then you can run all of your ROMs that way. And I'm running the modern Galaga homebrew on here that way, on the Retron N. So there are versions and ways. It's Stella. Thank you very much, Retro Media Weekly. Stella, that's exactly what it's called. Appreciate it. Blinky for me. All right, so we've got one vote for Blinky. Which one was Blinky? Blinky was, God, I can't even remember. Oh yeah, that's right. Blinky's red. Okay, so we got one vote for Blinky. So we're voting on colors for the 2600 game. IRRC, it just takes a dump of the ROM in the cartridge and memory on startup. Yes, as far as I know, it doesn't play nice with software-based flashcards. Oh, you know what? It may not work with those multi-cards. You're right. I did not think about that. It'd be interesting to see if they can make some changes to that will go. As far as color goes, I stick with Henry Ford's Model T Expression. Oh man, what does that mean, Mislav? Let's see. Hold the button, hold the button, hold the button. There is no internal store. Why was I holding the button, Retro Medley? What was I doing to hold the button? I don't remember. There is no internal storage. Yep, exactly. Hold the button for, oh, I see. Back when I was pairing. Gotcha. Yep, gotcha. You need Harmony, Uno Cart, etc. If it'll work, Evil J. I think that's what we're trying to figure out, if that would work. Oh, the music. I agree. It's fun. 7800 version is actually really authentic. I think it is too. I think it was a great version. I think it's basically very similar hardware. Is that right? For the 7800 with most arcade games at the time. But we're arcade games Z80 or were there actually 6502 based arcade games? I'm not an arcade guy, but I want to think that they were Z80 for some reason. It's an 8-way joystick, right? It is an 8-way, but in Pac-Man, of course, there's only 4. But yes, it is an 8-way joystick. Yes. Wonder why all the pink instead of white. I don't know. Pac-Man is a nightmare without a 4-way. Yeah, yep. Agree. I have a switchable 8-4-way on my vertical arcade cabinet. That is cool. Yeah, that'd be good. Try a 4-way on here so I can play 4-way games. Communist red. All right, we got red. Try another one of the sticks, maybe. Yeah, we're going to try that. That's why I need you to pick which color. So choose which color you want. Right now, this is the one that's winning. If you want to see a different color, you're going to have to pick. You guys need to start voting down there. Needs one of those things, those IKEA things to break in like just like bonk, 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 bonk. Yes, constantly doing that. Exactly, Jamie. Do a quick game of hypersports to yeah, that'll do it. Some WD, spray that on there. Didn't the original Pac-Man only have 1 maze? No, I don't think so. Oh, the original. No. Yes? No. Yes. I don't know. I'm not sure where my subscription is at. It still shows up each month on my bank account. Well, that's good for me, bad for you. So that's not good. Neil, it's probably at Buy Me a Coffee. Go to Buy Me a Coffee, log in, and it's probably still hanging out over there. So go to buymeacoffee.com/retrocombs. It's still live because I knew some people were doing this, and you can go in and you can cancel. I've had several do that this week to try and get their membership moved over to YouTube. I promise I'm not moving again. A lot of people said, why didn't you go Patreon? Again, it's just another thing I have to worry about. It's another platform. We can do everything we want to do with the memberships below. And yes, I know I don't get as much money. YouTube takes more, but man, it is so much easier. And for me, that's worth it. Apparently, you get the secret menu by pressing the pause button on the main menu of the 7800 Pac-Man. No, really? You get a secret menu by pressing the pause button. The pause button? Which one's the pause button? We don't have a pause button, Commodore VIC-20. I'm not sure. What's the pause button? And I'm sure when you tell me, I'll do that, but I'm not thinking about it. Didn't think the SD card worked on the new versions. May not. We've talked about that. Stella. Yeah, tell me where that's from. Pull that one out of your hat. Stella, tell me where that's from in the chat. First one. Let's see who gets that one. It's actually the name of a bike. Not a girl? Oh, okay. Neil Curtis, 1970. Neil says, are you using Buy Me a Ko-fi, Buy Me a Coffee? Or have you switched to YouTube? Yes, and I've switched directly to YouTube direct subs down below. Don't do anything else. Actually, I don't think you can. I don't think you can go, if you go to Buy Me a Coffee, it's not going to work. For the syncing of the control. Yes. I finally got caught up, guys. Any color as long as it's black. Ugh, I don't have that one out right now. Henry Ford, you can have it in any color as long as it's black. There it is. I knew it would come back to me when you said that. Now that I did not know. You can get it in any color as long as it's black. Good. That's right. Go with the red. So far red. Also try a wired, maybe response time. I don't think so because the left and right was like spot on. We could. We got to vote for orange. This one's still winning. Arcade Pac-Man uses Z80. See, that's what I thought. But plenty of arcade games use 6502s. All right, good. It's the switch. The color switch on the 2600 Plus is the pause button. Oh, the pause button. Wait, I'm still confused. Why is this so hard for me, Retro Medley? The color switch, the TV type on the 2600 Plus is the pause button. It is? I thought that just changed the output. Okay, let's see what's going on here. We're going to turn this on. And then we'll go back in here. A streetcar named Desire. Nice, Evil J. You are like a font of knowledge. It was James Dean, right? No, that's Adrian. Good to have you here. Bazodi 2. Yeah, that's Adrian. That's not Stella. Stella. Although very similar, you know, when you think about these guys. Okay, so if I hit the black and white, it's not pausing anything. Yeah, there it is, Mr. Landfill. I'm busting a gut over here. Good. Glad you're having a good time at our expense. It's good to have you here. So that's awesome. Yeah, I'm not. This isn't working as a pause. So I am open to on the menu screen. What on the menu screen? But what button am I hitting? See, this is my confusion. What am I hitting here? Tell me. Am I doing this one? It's not this one because that's going to turn it off. Where's this pause button that we're talking about? By the way, it looks like I need to resync. So let me do that. Yes, every time you turn it off, you have to resync. Which I didn't think you had to. Now it's not even syncing. Okay. Now see, I just held it for 3 seconds and it didn't go. Huh. All right, well, hold on. That font is wing things. Or sometimes Comic Sans. Yes, that's a good one. Go to the menu options screen, then flick the switch on the console. When the menu button comes up, flip the pause button. Okay. Okay, so, okay, I'm sure it's just me, guys. Oh, by the way, did that finally, yeah, that finally, I'm sure it's just me, but I'm still not getting this. Okay, so you go to the menu options screen. Okay, so that is here. That's, oh wait, the menu options screen. So I need to go here. Okay, oh, no, yeah, the menu options screen. Okay, then when the menu button comes up, you flip the pause button. The question is, what pause button? Where's the pause button? I'm not getting, where's the pause button? What is that? Where is that hardware pause button? See where I'm going? Now flip this color switch. Okay. All right. So I got you. All right. So we're going to go back. Okay. We're going to try it again. Why isn't that going away? All right. So let me get rid of this one. There we go. All right. So when we go here, version. Did we just get, is this new? Home arcade. Oh, there it is. There it is. Gotcha. And there's the original. Look at that. But that's playing the original on the 7800, right? Look at that. Oh, and down is still, goodness gracious. I could not get down for any, oh, I couldn't, it was not working. I mean, you have to anticipate, oh, that's horrible. That is horrible. Well, thank you guys for helping me work through that. But that is the original. That's really cool that the 7800 version has both versions on it. Yeah, we got there. I know. Thank you for your patience with me. I appreciate it. I needed that. It's horrible, and it's a horrible control process too. That was bad. I don't. You know what? I have a real joystick. Hold on. I have one of these. We're going to try this game again with a real joystick. All right. So here we go. I'm going to unplug our Pac-Man joystick here. Let me show you guys what I'm doing here. So we're going to get rid of that one. We're going to plug in this one with the nice clickies and see if this works better. All right, let's try this. Let's see if we get a better experience playing the game now. I'm curious now if I hit that again. Oh, it's always on now. Okay. Okay, this feels good. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start. Oh yeah. That's a better experience. Yep. It's the joystick. This is wired. Oh, but I will say that was not great either. But at least you have the clicky, which We know we need the clicky. There we go. Now this version still, even though it's a home version, I think this looks actually better than the regular version. So let's go ahead and close this. We are going to try the red joystick because I promised you we would try whichever color won, and red was the winner. Now the good news is I don't need to change out this because I can pair these two together. Now that gets really confusing when you do that, but I can do that. So let's go ahead and see what we need to do next to bring up the regular Pac-Man 2600 version. So let me get my manual here. And if we look in here, there is our dip switch settings right there. So here's Pac-Man 2600. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out. Give me my cartridge there, there we go. And then we're going to start throwing dip switches. Looks like we only have to do one. That's pretty easy. So just push this one right here down. All right, double check me, guys. Yell at me if I'm wrong. Okay, there we go. All right, looks like Neil, welcome. Neil's got his welcome to Vic 20 colors on. Very good, flying his colors. I love that. And again, I can't put that up here, so good to have you. Exactly, as Mislav says. Great. Yes, there are many features with that secret version. I need to find out what those many features are. I'm gonna have to look at that. All right, we are going to go ahead and do the 2600 version. So now we're gonna plug this in. We're going to use the red joystick because you all wanted something a little flashier. All right, very cool. We're going to go ahead and turn this on. Let's go back to our screen so you can watch the boot up process. Now we are going into the Atari 2600. By the way, you can see we're HDMI 720p at 60 hertz. I do like that my capture card gives me that information. That's pretty cool. Loading our game. Would you like to play a game? I won't ask for that reference. I know you all know that one. Yeah, see, this is worse than the other. This is worse than the 7800's home version, I think. That's just me. So let's go ahead and pair these up right here. So we're going to do that same thing. We're going to hold this for 3 seconds. Oh, no, this one's dead. There is no battery in this one. The other one was at least powered up, which means we're going to have to charge here. Hold on. Have no fear. I have plugs galore over here. I can charge anything up. Let's see. I need a regular USB port. Did I already use one? Yes, I did. So I need to unplug that one and plug in here. There we go. And we'll go ahead and plug this in. I could plug it into the actual. There we go. And now we're charging here. You can see it's blinking. Oh, that's the color's different on this one too. Look, this is a yellow one. This is a white one. And on this original one, it was white. Very interesting. They chose a different color. Let's see if we can get them to pair. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is, I got you. This is actually charging. And then this one shows you when you're connected. So there is a light on the left that shows that you're charging. So the white is for pairing. The yellow is for charging. So I'll leave that plugged in and then I'll know it's charged. When it's flashing, that means that the battery is low. Interesting that they chose that rather than this, but I guess it would get confusing if this were flashing. So, uh-oh, did we just lose our connection? Looks like we did. That's not good. Let's see. Probably doesn't have enough charge to keep it. So we may not get to try unless our hardwire, I guess I could show you that. Let's do that. Let's show you how it works hardwired. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this off because it does come, as I mentioned, with hardwired cables. Let me grab that and let's just show you what that's like. So for that, we're going to need this box right here, and there is a cable inside right here so that you can hardwire your controller to your Atari 2600 plus Pac-Man Edition. And we have cables out our ears here, and it'll charge it while it's plugged in. I mean, that's hopefully going to work, right? All right, so let's go ahead and plug this in right here. Let's go back over here and actually, no, you can't. What was I thinking? Why was I thinking you could? Oh, you know why? Because I was thinking about the other devices. Yes, this is just for charging. Holy smokes. For some reason, I was thinking that you could plug the USB in here, but you cannot do that. So this is not going to work because it is not going to be charged. I'm sorry, I don't know what I was thinking. Those of you out there were going, hey, retroCombs, you're a fool because you're not going to do that. So, yeah, that's too bad. So we are going to need to, I don't know why I thought we could just plug it in and charge it and use it. I thought these cables would let you have cable, but again, I got it confused with another device that Atari produces. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can do this. Let's turn it on. Okay, prepared. I don't know how long it's going to work. We're going to give it a shot and see if we can get power on here. So let's go ahead and let's go back here. It says we're loading game. Okay, there we go. This is the original Atari 2600 version. Interesting, it is the red one seems to be a little bit better, but not much better. So a little better, but not better. The other thing I want to do is I do want to change to 4x3. And I don't know if it'll let me do that or not. Let's see. There we go. So you do have a switch on the very back. I'm going to show you that right here. It's right here. It's 16x9 or 4x3. So here it is stretched out. This is more like what we're used to. Yeah, and it is not working well. We'll try the mechanical joystick here in just a minute. But again, let's try one more. Let's see. I am going to have to break it. So these joysticks may be better for showing than they are playing, to be clear. I want to go up. Oh no, get up there. Oh, see, I can't get up. I wanted to get the extra, and it's already gone. I wanted to get the fruit, the square, but I couldn't go up. And when you don't want to go up, it goes up. Up and down, left to right, A, B, A, start. This does feel just like the day my hand is starting to hurt, folks. See, I cannot get that up. Okay, we're going to try the regular joystick here. See if I get better play. Here's the black and white version. So on the Atari 2600 version, you can make it black and white if you want to do that. The one thing I will say is there are no scan lines. You do not have scan line options. So keep that in mind if you're looking for the real traditional look. You will not have that. Let me go ahead and plug this in. And let's try and play it with this joystick. It is tough. You've got to get it just right. And this, oh, goodness gracious. And this is wired. Was this game this bad before? Let me know. Do you guys remember it being this bad? Oh, gosh, I cannot. I want to get that fruit. Oh. Yeah, this is crazy. So if I'm remembering, was it really this bad, or is it just me at 60 trying to play the stupid game? Yeah. So this is not working well either. So I wouldn't blame it on the joystick. It's just not really a great experience for whatever reason. So I'm a little disappointed in that. Anyway, let's go ahead and turn this off. Let's come back here. We're going to try something else here in just a minute before we go. What time is it? Yeah, we got just a minute or two. We'll come back to it. Let me go ahead and check in on chat with you here. Let's see what you all said. The original Pac-Man is terrible. Thank you. I have just confirmed that for us. Just confirmed it. So let's see. There's other options too. I'd like to know what those are. That's what you need, hardline. Let's see. If you go to random mazes, you will get 2600 random mazes on the home version. If you go to random mazes, you'll get, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. I'll have to check that out at Retro. Yes, there are many features with that secret version. I'll have to dig into that. We'll have to see what that is. There used to be a wireless joystick built around the CX back in the 80s. It had a telescopic antenna. No. And all. The reviewers liked the concept, but they thought that it was built on a wrong joystick. That's interesting. Oh, the wire. Oh, I think I do remember that. Was the antenna, was it a telescopic antenna, or was it a big black antenna, or was that a modern recreation I've seen recently? I wonder if there are any secret ROMs by setting dip switches to non-documented. Ooh, that's interesting. Let's try something. Not gonna hurt it. Let's pull it out. Let's just see what happens. I don't think there is going to be. Let's just try something. We're going to try just a random thing and see what happens. Should come up and say game not found. That's what I expect. They would not ship a cartridge that if you change the dip switches in the wrong direction, it's going to harm your machine. That would be wrong. Oh, it's loading game. This is interesting. That's the regular game. So, you know what I think probably is the case. Based on that, this right here is the only switch that's functional. I think all of these are probably dead switches. I bet if I do this, it's going to go back to 7800 mode. That is my theory. Let's see if I am right. Now, somebody may play with all the switches and find one later, but I bet that first switch is the only one that's active, and that's the one that's tripping either the 7800 version or the 2600 version. Let's see. Yep, my theory was correct, folks. At least I think it's a good theory. You guys let me know if you think I'm wrong. Wonder Dog YouTube and Mr. Landfill, thanks for your help. All right, hey, well, thanks. I appreciate it. Yepper's glad. Thanks for helping, folks. It only took 16 tries to figure them all out. Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done. Wait, it's more than, it'd be 4. Yeah, it'd be more than that, wouldn't it? Yeah, 32. Yeah, there you go. Right, shouldn't have doubted myself. There you go. I want one now just to try for secret menus. Maybe the extra 16 is counting combos. Oh, with and without the fire button. Oh yeah, well there's that too. And you got the switch, you got the TV type switch, you got the game select switch, which we didn't really try the game select switch to see what it did. We can pop in and do that real quick. The movie iRobot wasn't based on the book. It was originally script named. How did iRobot come up, Evil J? What did I miss? Or are you just like spewing out random stuff now? Up, up, down, left, right, B, A, start. Oh yeah, there's a game for you right there. Konami code in an Namco game licensed to Atari. Oh, there. All right. Yeah, some of that muscle memory stuff you just remember, right? The CX6 seemed to have pretty much the same feel as the one on the Atari 400. I actually think it's better. So true, Pac-Man 2600 takes a lot of patience, and I do not have that patience right now. We're going to try another game, as a matter of fact, and see if it's better. Let's see, I'm playing along. Okay, gotcha. Could be the other switches aren't hooked up. Yeah, that's what I think, Evil J. I just think they're there for showing. That's all they're there for. iRobot Chemicals kept using the hardwired. Evil J, my friend, you find them. Word. Gotcha. All right, so let's do this because we got a little bit of time. Okay, we all already know that Pac-Man just stinks. Pac-Man just stinks. It's horrible, but we're going to try something else. We are going to, first of all, oh wait, we were going to do something, weren't we? Yeah, we were going to see what the game select does. Let's just do that. Do that quickly. I don't think it does anything on Pac-Man. Let's go ahead and put our wireless controller in because I do want to use the built-in controllers. There we go, while it's loading. So back to here, guys, with this one. Let me go ahead and get this one paired back up. I have more problems pairing than I normally do, too. All right, and so here is this. Oh, I don't think that loaded properly. And you know what's interesting? Oh, no, wait, there we go. Okay, so we're going to try this. I'm going to hit the game select switch, and let's see if anything happens. Okay, that brings up your menu. So if you choose this button, it'll automatically go back into that menu. So then game reset, let's go ahead and hit that one. That should start. Yeah, that goes ahead and goes on in. So I can hit game reset. There we go. Game select will take us back to our menu. So you don't have to, if you didn't want to wait for the game to end, you could just hit the game select and go right to the main menu. So that will get you to the main menu right here. And then we learned when we hit the TV that we get that extra arcade version menu, which is really cool. And then we can pull that back this way. How about that? There we go. We learned a little bit about what's going on with this system here. And then, let's see, I'm still not pairing here. I think I want to pull the yellow one back out because it was working fine. So the red one, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I just think it needs time to charge instead of me using it. So I'm going to keep it plugged in. We're going to come back to my yellow one here, and we're going to pair that one. Well, now I'm having problems pairing the yellow one. I wonder if I got some that stuff going on. Oh, wait, you know what? It may have paired with the red one now. It did. It paired with the red one. So let me unpair that one. There we go. And then we'll get this one paired. So it finally paired with the red one, which is why I wasn't pairing with this one. Yeah, I've got an issue now because I've paired it with the red one. Well, I guess I'll just use it. It looks like it's working, so. There we go. Okay, so we've got a joystick. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to turn this off. I'm going to pull this out. And I'm going to go ahead and fix this back to where it should be. There we go. We'll go ahead and put this back in here. So now I do have this cartridge. So, you know, now I've got the original and I have the new double feature right here. So that's kind of cool. All right, let's go ahead and put this up here, put this here, keep everything here. But I do want to try just a couple of things here before we end up for the day. So first of all, I do have the 7800 version of Galaga. You all know I just love me some Galaga. I don't remember if this works. So we're going to find out if it works. Let's see what happens because this is supposed to be 7800 compatible as well as we've learned. So let's go ahead and turn it on. All right. There is a death grip on that cart. You are not lying. Hey, we got 33 of you hanging in there. That's actually pretty good for me for a live stream, 33. I appreciate you all hanging out with me. That looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and try us a little Galaga Atari 7800 version. Oh, and the joystick is, you'll notice you can't hear the sound and the shots at the same time. You either get music or shots, but it's a pretty faithful recreation. You can see that here. The joystick is a little better just because we're going left and right, which is nice. That's a pretty good spread right there. I hate the lone one when they come down. There we go. So there you go. There's Galaga 7800, but this is actually fun. Oh, I'm usually really good at this game, but so just want to check to make sure that works. And then I also want to show you one other game here. This is the this came with the Atari 7800. This is Crystal Quest. I have not played this. This is Bentley Bear's Crystal Quest. I've really not played this at all. So let's give that a shot. And yeah, you really got to push this thing in. There you go. And the thing, again, that I'm really digging about Atari right now is they have new cartridges. They have classic cartridges you can still buy and collect real physical media. I think it's so nice to once again have physical media that you can put on a shelf, you can share, you can show off, you can look at it. I like it, and I love manuals of this quality too. I can't wait to dig it. I'm actually looking forward to digging into the manual to read about the history. I just think that's really cool. So let's do this last one here, and then we'll talk about what's in store. So let's go ahead and turn this one on. And we'll come back and check on chat one more time too, and I'll do a couple of last minute public service announcements, because you know, if you're on YouTube, you got to do those. It just happens. All right. Loading game. This is Bentley Bears Crystal Quest. Man, it takes a while for this one to load. This is again, an Atari 7800 game. Neil says he loved playing Bentley Bear in the arcade. Shame you don't have a trackball. Oh, no, it's a trackball? Oh, it's going to be bad then. Does anybody make a good trackball for the Atari? That would be good. Love the music. I'm digging that. Looks like you have start or continue, probably with a code. You can continue where you were. Let's see how bad this is going to be, since this is traditionally a trackball game. Love the music. Level 1. Oh, this looks good. Looks like to jump, press. Up, down, nothing. Left, right, jump. That's all it is. Jump, left, right, and jump. We should be good. Uh-oh. You have to jump over everything, it looks like. Okay. I'm horrible. What am I doing? I have to jump over all these? I can't attack them with anything? It's just a jump. Can I go up the hill? I don't think I can I? Nope. Okay. You need 2 buttons for this game. Do I? All right, well, let's fix that. I can fix that, because that makes a lot of sense. So I'm going to turn this off. Let's go ahead and pull this out. Thank you for that. And then we are going to pull. Where is it? I had it. Where is it? Let's grab our, and I do have a wireless version of this. I just don't have it with me right now. So let's go ahead, and that makes sense that it's a 2 button. Thank you for that. Wow, that's tight. All right, so there we go. Let's try it now. Now we will have to load, wait for it to load again. So thank you, Retro Media Weekly. Appreciate that. Whomever gave me the subscription, thanks. Oh, well, that was Jamie's Hackshack, Helihar. Thank you for that, Jamie's Hackshack. Appreciate him doing that. He gave away 5 or 6 of those. So appreciate our executive producer coming in and doing that. And look forward to seeing you continue that membership later, actually. So thank you, Jamie, for that. I wanted to die by touching a small hill. I'd play Smurfs on the Coleco version. It was Jamie. Yes, it was. Is it Galaga or Galaga? I think that still isn't settled. I always called it Galaga. I know people call it Galaga, but Arnold, I'm on the Galaga. And don't ask me about GIF or GIF. We're not going to start that conversation here and go down that rabbit hole and pit you all against each other. It's not going to happen. I don't care what the guy said, he's wrong. I'll stop there. Plug a card in. You forgot something. Oh yeah, I did forget something. Jiminy Christmas. Jiminy Christmas. How did I forget to put the cartridge in? Goodness gracious. You forgot something. See, I need you all. I can't just sit down here by myself and play games. I need a whole community to help me remember to plug a cartridge into the device. That's what it takes. I need all of you to help me do that. Oh my goodness. Yes. Thank you again, Jamie. Plug the cart. Yes. I know. How embarrassing. That is but it wouldn't be, again, would not be a retroCombs live stream without some embarrassing moments, some idiotic moments. Yeah. So it's that. All right, is this thing going to load? All right. So once again, we do have the CX78 Plus right here. We're going to be using it, 2 joysticks. I do have the little knob on here. This actually screws on. You can screw that on or off depending on what you prefer. I like the little nub. Let's see how it works. Okay, and let's see. 1 is jump and 2 is nothing. Why did wait, 2 doesn't do anything. Why do I need a second? Is it once I power up, I get something? Let's see. Oh, there it is. Gotcha. Okay, and then of course now I just got rid of it, but let's see. Oh, that's not good. All right, we're rocking and rolling now. How many of those do I actually get? I like this. This is good. I can get used to this. Oh, if I can figure out how to jump. You gotta get close to it. Oh. Wasn't sure if I needed 2 on that one or not. Now, how am I supposed to make it over both of those? Oh, oh man, this is gonna get hard. If you hold the button, you can run like, oh, well, you can? Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, I gotcha. Gotcha. But I'm not very good at, oh, I'm not good. I'm gonna have to play with this. Okay, I want to play this. I'm gonna spend some time with this, but thank you for that. You do need 2 player or 2 button mouse. That's cool. All right, let's go ahead and close this out. It is, folks, it is almost 2, we've been at this for almost 2 hours. You have put up with me trying to play Atari video games. But again, I've just had a blast doing this. So thank you for doing it. Let's talk a little bit about the future. And I'm not being philosophical or anything here. I'm just letting you know what's going on before you think, oh no, he's going to be pontificating about a bunch of garbage we don't want to hear about, probably, but that's beside the point. So we got the holidays coming up. Really looking forward to having some time off. I will tell you this, I do next week and in the United States is Thanksgiving. So there's a good a chance I would not be online anyway, because I usually do a live stream every 2 weeks. Here's what I'm going to say though. There's the potential I might be on next Sunday because something might pop at my doorstep that I want to share. May not be as prepared or as polished, and you may say none of yours are prepared and polished, so who are you kidding, retroCombs? But I may do something next Sunday. So just be on the lookout. For those of you in the Discord, of course, you'll always know before everybody else. I always post in the Discord, which again is a reason that you want to go down there and become a member of the channel so that you can join our Discord and know those things. I also post on social media, but they know first. And social media channels I usually use are X and Facebook, Mastodon occasionally, and I forgot to post on Mastodon this time. But almost always you're going to know if you're in the Discord. So if you enjoy this and want to be up to date, that's what you're going to do. The other thing is I do have, because we have this device, I have this cartridge here that I've had for quite some time. And I just thought it would be a blast if we take a little bit of time, and this is still in the cell phone wrap, and we unbox this little guy right here, and we play these games that were designed originally for the Intellivision on the Atari. How in the world are these Atari or these Intellivision games going to transfer to this thing with these controllers? Because the Intellivision had that dial controller and those keypads. So I'm not sure how that's going to work. I just think it could be really disastrous. It does have lots of little dip switches on the back, so I'll be flipping a lot of dip switches, but this will be the topic of the next prepared live stream, maybe I could say that, or if what doesn't happen that I expect, maybe we'll do an ad hoc with this next Sunday. But I am kind of thinking that I will be online next Sunday, it sounds like, doesn't it? But don't quote me on that and don't hold me to it, because it is a holiday weekend. Also, RetroCat is coming in. Who knows? She and I may want to do something online too. Who knows? RetroCat could show up and it just blows all my plans, and we do something together online as well. So a lot going on. RetroCat, for those of you who don't know, is my daughter. So she's coming down for the holidays. We're going to go visit some family, but yeah, I'm really interested to see how these Intellivision games actually work on a cartridge with an Atari 2600. It just seems very odd, very confused without the controller, but I'm anxious to try it. So there's that. Also, as I mentioned earlier, we got a lot of stuff coming in. We got the Intellivision coming in, so that could happen. There's a good chance we're going to be getting the Kickstarter for the Spectrum motherboard coming in. So we got the Commodore Ultimates coming in. So just a lot of great stuff through the holiday. I do know in the past I have done Christmas Eve live streams. I really want to try one of those again too. And that's really great, because if I come online about this time, some of you are later in the evening, maybe you're with kids or grandkids, and maybe you're looking for an escape from family for a couple hours, and we might do a Christmas themed live stream. So, and then I usually decorate and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see. So got a lot of plans. We'll see if it comes to fruition, but I do have lots of plans, lots of content. So again, the best way to find out is to, of course, become a member. There you go. I think I've pitched that enough. And there was one other thing. Oh yes, and then lastly, one more time in case you missed it. Again, I got a prepared video I'm working on hard. As a matter of fact, when I get done here, I'm going to go for my run. I'm going to come back. I'm going to cool down. I'm going to keep working on that. But again, it is a video on. It'll be on this channel. It is a video on every Retro Games Limited device and which one's right for you. I think it's going to be fun. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. So I look forward to that. All right, that is, I think, it. Let me just check one more look at chat here. That's what makes live stream special. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. I do love a good live stream. When you get the diamond, if you hold the one button, you can run in like Mario. Okay, I'll keep doing that. Keep pushing right while holding. I will practice. He can't bear to play any longer. There are times when I think Evil J should have his own live stream. It would be a blast. So Evil J, you should consider your live stream. If you don't, I'm always appreciative of your bad dad jokes here. So really, because it's like right up my alley. This has been an awesome stream, fantastic as well. Thank you, Retro Media Week. Tell all your friends. Tell everybody you know, hey, if you're looking for a really fun hangout on a Sunday afternoon with all your fellow retro computer fans and gamers, this is the place you want to be. Because it's not just me, it's you guys in the chat too. I love feeding off of your chats. M-Network games were already 2600 games translated to work within the controls back in the day. Yeah, because they're both 6502s, right? I believe that's right. Fun fact, a lot of M-Network cards have extra RAM needed for the game. I did know that, which is really cool. Yes, you be safe too, Mr. Landfill. Again, thanks for saving the stream and letting me know I had the wrong time. Good game, everyone. Thank you, Mislav. And then thanks for the stream. All right, folks, that is it for me. I am going to put us into chat so that you guys can say hellos, goodbyes, a few more things. If we got some people behind, and maybe won't say. So chat will be on for about 5 more minutes. And then oh no, Evil J says no, Intellivision uses 16-bit GI. Oh, okay. Yes, now that's making sense. Okay, so again, chat will be live for a little bit longer. I'm going to do this right here, which is my, I don't know why I look so angry, but here you go. Here's my angry thumbnail, and we will go into chat. Thank you, everybody. That is it for me, as I like to say. retroCombs out. Now we're back to angry me. See you guys. Great stream, great show. Really enjoyed being with you today. Let me get some music for you too in the background. How about that? Haha, there we go.